Have you ever finished a book and just thought, I wish I could get paid for this? Well, guess what? You can. We're going to take a look at how, by 2026, getting paid to read isn't just a dream. It's a very real profession. I mean, just really think about that for a second. You turn that last page, your heart is still pounding, your mind is racing, and then, bam, a deposit hits your account for doing what you love. That's not science fiction anymore. It's the new reality of professional reading. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds a little too good to be true, right? Like some kind of get-rich-quick scheme you see online. But honestly, it's not. The publishing world has completely changed, and it's created a real, legitimate industry for people with sharp reading skills. So yeah, the dream is absolutely real. And we're about to explore exactly how this went from just, a hobby for bloggers to a super critical part of the whole publishing machine. So, how does this whole economy actually work? Let's break it down and map out the two major sides of the professional reading universe. You can basically think of it in two big buckets. On one side, you've got your traditional gatekeepers. These are the big, prestigious names that help libraries and bookstores figure out what books to put on their shelves. And on the other side, you have this booming service economy, which is all about giving professional, unbiased feedback directly to the authors themselves, especially independent ones. And if we look at some of the key players, you've got giants like Kirkus Reviews, and they'll pay you anywhere from $50 to $75 for a 350-word review. Then there are other platforms like Blue Ink Review, where a really experienced freelancer can pull in up to $250 for their work. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks, the money. What can you actually expect to earn? Let's take a realistic look at the financial side of being a professional reviewer. So here it is, the big headline number. Just over $62,000 a year. That's the average salary for a book reviewer in the US. So we're not talking about a little side hustle here. This is a solid middle-class income. But, that average doesn't tell the whole story. Not at all. While some folks are making around 47 grand, the top earners, the ones with specialized skills or who are just incredibly prolific, they can clear over $86,000 a year. And here's something that's kind of wild. Even though this is a job you can do from pretty much anywhere, your location can still make a difference. If you're near a publishing hub, you could see a bump. Average salaries in places like Nome, Alaska, and Berkeley, California, are actually pushing past $75,000. Okay, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, AI. Artificial intelligence is, without a doubt, the biggest game changer in this industry. And as we're about to see, it's both an incredible tool and a bit of a threat. And this isn't just some abstract idea. The impact is very real. We're already seeing that nearly 40% of novelists are saying their income has taken a direct hit because of all the AI-generated content flooding the market. But here's the twist. This disruption is actually creating a totally new and incredibly important job for humans. Meet the Authenticity Auditor. This is a professional who gets paid to read a manuscript and make sure it feels genuinely human, not like it was written by a robot. This really shows how AI is becoming more of a co-pilot than a replacement. It can do the heavy lifting, like scanning for repetitive words or flagging potential plot holes, but you still need a human expert to look at that output and make the final creative calls. So, with everything changing so fast, how are the smart professionals staying ahead of the curve? Well, let's dive into some of the new, high-value services that go way beyond just writing a simple book review. Take beta reading, for example. This used to be something you just ask a friend to do for free. Not anymore. Now it's a professional service with different tiers. You can offer a basic quick pass or go all in with an ultimate bundle that gets into deep developmental edits for a much, much higher rate. And that's just the start. Other lucrative niches are absolutely exploding. Sensitivity readers get paid to check for authentic representation. Summary writers get paid to boil down whole books for summary apps. And heck, if you have a good voice, audiobook narrators can earn hundreds of dollars for every finished hour of audio. Seriously, the audiobook boom has created its own little ecosystem. And what's cool is it's opened up these really accessible jobs like proof listening. You literally get paid to listen to the final audiobook while following along with the text just to catch any mistakes. It's a perfect way to get your foot in the door. Okay, let's bring it all home. We're going to wrap up by focusing on the most important takeaway, your actual strategy for building a successful career in this new and exciting reading economy. To really succeed in 2026,
It all boils down to 3 key things. First, you've got to build a portfolio career. Mix and match these different services. Second, get comfortable with the tech, the industry platforms. And third, and this is the big one, you have to focus on providing the human premium. That's the stuff AI can't do. It's about genuine emotional insight, deep cultural critique. That's your superpower.
This quote from our source material just nails it, doesn't it? Your ability to feel what you're reading, to connect with it on a human level, that is the one thing that can't be outsourced to a machine. That's your value. And that kind of leaves us with this final question to chew on. In a world with an endless fire hose of content, a lot of it made by machines, what is the real, lasting value of a single, trusted, human recommendation?